Hi friends, hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Martyna and welcome to another video crafty project. This is actually only my second video back after taking an over a year-long break from both creating and filming, so I am still feeling a little bit rusty, but I'm also very excited, and I just wanted to start this video by saying thank you so very much for the warmest, the kindest welcome back under my previous video, the first video that I posted. I teared up more than once reading your comments, and I feel so lucky and so grateful to be part of such a wonderful community full of so many generous and kind people. And thank you so much, because you guys know I mentioned this in my last video that I was worried, I was stressed about coming back, but you just welcomed me back and made me feel at home immediately, so thank you so very much for that. And so for today I have this cute little project. So this is something that I made off camera while I just wanted to do something creative one night, and this was just a couple of weeks ago before I decided to go back to filming. But what this is an altered junk mail envelope. So we have a window here, and I just made this into this kind of like a coin envelope, I think. I don't know what you would call this type of a pocket, but it has a pocket here, and then whatever you put inside will be visible in this little window here. And then I just love the decoration here on both on the back and on the front. So this is very easy. I am kind of starting with some projects just to warm up. So again, nothing extravagant, but just something that I really enjoyed making, and I want to share with you. So what I have here is just some book pages, and now I am realizing that I did not pull out any junk mail envelopes for a project made out of a junk mail envelope, which is great, but I will find one in just a second. But yes, I have here different scraps of different book pages, because with this little project I love collaging different papers together, but for this particular one I decided to just stick with book pages, but just with different colors, different fonts. Oops, excuse me guys. Alrighty, I'm back. And I actually grabbed an envelope, so we are off to a great start. I don't know what I was saying. I think that, oh yeah, that I wanted to use different book pages with different paper color and font and like type of text and all that to add interest. So I have here some different book pages. I even have this little scrap of Edith Holden, keeping the tiniest scraps, of course. Nothing gets wasted. I love this one because it has a nice creamy color, and also it's very thick, so it's nice to add some heftiness to the flimsy envelope. So yeah, so I have book pages. I also have some digitals. These colorful ones are from the Medieval Mirage on Etsy, which I just absolutely adore, and I used one of those, the other side of this actually, to have in my window, and I love it. And maybe I will use the same image, or maybe I will try something else. I might even look for a different page. I just picked 3 random pages really. And this one is, I believe, an old ledger paper from the old design shop. on Etsy, I think. I'm pretty sure. I still have not, like, I haven't used these supplies for such a long time. I feel like I've just forgotten everything. So apologies, but I'm pretty sure. And then this piece of a letter is the one that you guys saw in my previous video. This is just an old letter that I have in my stash, and I just scanned it and printed in on a thin copy paper. But I don't think I actually used this on this project. Maybe I will use it for this other one. And I also have my junk mail envelope. So this is just a regular envelope, like this horizontal one. I will tell you guys the size of it, but really whatever you have will work, just because it doesn't even have to have a window, to be honest, just because it's, you know, just your pocket will be a different size than mine, and so that's okay. The only thing that I would make sure before you choose an envelope, and because before you decide you are going to like fold it like this, I would make sure that this will fit in your journal, whether you are like you're making this with a specific journal in mind, or whether like I am not working on any particular journal at the moment, but my journals usually have a similar height to their pages, so I'm just going to make sure that this is not bigger than that. Okay, so I'm going to get my paper trimmer and let's get started. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to even out this edge, this torn edge. So I'm just going to cut it like that. And what I also like to do when I work with envelopes and junk mail envelopes, I like to open them up, because it's so much easier to decorate the inside without, you know, having to reach there and have glue everywhere. So I just open it up on both sides this way, on both of the longer sides. So I cut out the tiniest sliver on both of those long edges. Okay, and here is what I'm left with. So my envelope opens up like this, and I'm going to stitch mine with my sewing machine, but you could just glue it when you are done with decorating the inside. So I can move my paper trimmer away. And so the next thing that I'm going to do is to figure out my flap. So like here, you can see I did not measure it. I just kind of eyeballed it. So maybe you want to have a larger flap, and so your pocket will naturally be shorter and smaller, or maybe just a flap like this. I think I'm kind of going to make it similar, and I should have a ruler here somewhere. At least my tearing ruler, I would think. Oh yes, I do have it, so I can measure it for you guys to tell you. Unfortunately, I seem to have lost my ruler, which I'm just looking, which also had inches on it. This one is 4 centimeters, so oh my goodness, so I think it's like, it's not 2 inches, because 2 inches is 5 centimeters, so it's slightly less than 2 inches, at least mine. But like I said, it doesn't matter. You do what works for your pocket. And the last thing, because I don't need this part, but I also don't want to cut just here, because we can open this one up. What I want to achieve is I want to have a little bit of a gap between where my flap folds and where my pocket starts, so that I can add some lace here, or just see, you know, the pretty paper that I have here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut it maybe like 1/4 of an inch smaller. Again, I'm just eyeballing it. Just making sure I'm cutting the right side. Yes. Okay. And yes, so we have a base for our pocket. Now we can move to a fun part, which is decorating. And so I'm thinking, so I made a mistake actually with this one, because I first decorated the front and back and the inside, and I only then added these circles with a brad. And so I didn't realize that my circle with a brad would be visible, like the brad would be visible just right here. Not sure if you guys can see, but it's right here under this ticket. And so I then went back and covered it up, but I had this pretty image, so you know, maybe I didn't want to add a ticket, but I also didn't want to have the brads peeking through the window. Here I really don't mind. They are pretty much invisible with the stitching, and I also I don't know, I kind of like this look, but in the window I don't want them. So I think what I'm going to do is first I'm going to decorate the outside, so the back, the flap and the front, and then I am going to add my circles and my brads, and then I am going to put papers on the inside. So we will see if this will work better for me. Okay, so let's start covering it up. So like I said, I just want to use different I definitely want to use this Edith Holden paper. Now where do I want it? Maybe here actually, because it's slightly narrower. Yeah, this would fit perfectly here because it's slightly narrower than this space. So I'm actually going to tear a piece of this book page and have it as my first piece. Yes, this fits perfectly. So like I said, this is just going to be book pages, but different fonts and different colors of the paper. And I am only going to ink up the edges that are not on the outside of my collage here, just the inside, because when I glue this down I'm not going to be able to go back and ink it. And the outside here I will just ink around when I'm done with the collage. Okay, so how is everyone? How are you guys? I am actually very well, in a very creative mood, so I'm very happy about that. And we also have a cooler day today, which is always great in the summer. Well, is it summer? No, it's not even summer. It's not even summer yet, and I am already missing the fall. I'm already missing autumn. It's already a bit too hot for me. But, you know, what can you do? Okay, so I know that I want I also would like some scraps to go over the crease here. But maybe I would like something, because this is going to open and close, so I don't want anything too flimsy and too delicate. Actually, this piece of book page would be great, but this one is very nice too, and maybe I could just like have this one. Oh, and this one has this really beautiful aging on the edge here. So maybe I could just tap somewhere here. And just glue this down. Again, I'm going to ink the inside edge. Yes, and if I want some more variety on the flap itself, maybe I will stick something over here as well. But for now, let's just, what I like to do with my collages, and I've mentioned it a lot in some of my collaging and collage masterboard videos, is that I really like to start with the biggest pieces and just cover up the blank page as soon as possible, because I mean, who likes the blank page? Well, I'm sure there are some people who like it and who thrive with a blank page, but for me sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming, so I just like to cover it as soon as possible. Okay, now I think I want to line this up, because I do really like this edge of, like this edge of the book page. And before I even attempt to fold the flap, I am going to make sure that my glue is dry. I think it's going to be a little bit easier with a bone folder. Okay, so let's leave it for now, and let's see what else we can add. I definitely would like to add some of this gorgeous paper. This is from a very old dictionary of gardening. Look at this illustration. This is stunning. I had some... Oh my god, I think the camera would be picking this up. There's, I think, some sirens just outside my window. But it should hopefully go away quickly. Okay, what am I looking for? Oh, how about this one? This is from our last video's project. So this is gorgeous, but this is the exact same book page as I have here, so maybe on the front. But I had some little scraps of this paper, so let me look for them. Oh, here they are. Well, they are tiny. They are tiny, and I think they are perhaps a bit too tiny. Now, I would love one of those here on the flap, and where the ridge is going to be. It would add so much interest. But I am a bit worried about, this is very thin paper. I'm worried if it's not going to tear, to be honest. So we will think about that. But let's perhaps tear a little piece of this. I think I'm going to firstly tear off this edge and keep it. I really like to stamp some words on pieces like this, something like that. And now, do I want it? I think I want it here, because I love all of those little dictionary words. So okay, where's the, okay, so I think I can actually try to go over this edge, this ridge that we are going to have. Let's try this. Okay. Yeah. I love this. Okay, but maybe first I would like to find something for here, and I had a piece here somewhere. Oh, here it is. I had a piece of this Latin. It's a bit small. It could go here. It could go here. This would be so perfect for some folder. Now I have this tiny piece, and actually it's not that tiny. I used this actually to punch out the circles for the closure in my first envelope, but maybe for this one we can use this scrap like that to layer. Oh, and now I made it too small, so could go there, but how about if we pair it with this? Now I like this book page because it's Latin, and it is like it has some annotations, but not sure if you can see on camera, but what I see in real life is that this has a grayish tint to it, and all these are more warm. So if I want to stick to book pages, what else could I do? I could use a piece of this, and because I have it distressed, it's not going to be too similar to this. Okay, so I'm just going to do it. Like it's not an important decision, right? I think it's going to look pretty, which is all that matters to me in this project. Well, this and just the enjoyment of the creative process. Yes. Now again, I just want to check where I think I can try to fold this. Sorry, just going to move it closer to my face. Okay, so this ridge is somewhere here, because I just want to see how I should layer those pieces. So this one could go over, and these ones could be like this. I love it. And for the bottom here, maybe we could use, we could actually use just a tiny sliver of this book. It's really pretty. It just, for some reason, maybe doesn't work that well with the colors of the other book pages that I am using. But let's see how it looks with some inking, because vintage photo is has a very warm color. So it should look really nice. Okay, I love it. I love it. Now I'm thinking maybe I want to go over the ridge here. I'm really worried about this flimsy paper. So okay, what order do I want these in? So first this one, I'm thinking this this one goes on the bottom. Okay. Have I not? Oh yes, I did. It's a torn edge. The torn edge is this way. Then we could use the Edith Holden. This is going to be here. So like that. Okay, I really like it. So this is just my base. For the rest of the collage, I am going to add some elements and some fussy cut flowers later when we get to decorating. So I think like that. I also am making sure that none of the book pages really line up, so I don't want these two to end in the same place. It just adds a lot of variety doing it this way. And then we have this long one, and we are almost done with the back of the envelope. And we can get to the other side. Okay, is it kind of even? Not even close. Yeah. Okay, and then this little one. Like maybe like this. Awesome. So let's leave it for just a minute or two for the glue to dry, and let's see here. So this should be easier, I think, because I have more kind of free space and I don't have to work around a window of the envelope. So I'm going to start with, do I want to tear around? Like, I don't want to lose any of the beautiful Edith Holden script, so I don't think I'm going to tear. Yes, this is going to look very pretty. Okay, so maybe I will just cut it and just glue it down. Cut it roughly, and then just to be on the safe side, and then I will even it all out. Oh, I've forgotten how relaxing inking paper is. I've always liked it, and just gluing paper down. I really love just gluing pieces of paper down onto a page or an envelope in this case. It's just so relaxing, and it's a great way for me to rest after a day of work, which is sometimes quite hectic. It was a bit hectic today, but then again, I quite enjoy it this way. I like the challenge of it. Okay, so we have this piece. Then I'm thinking going to tear around, or I could use, no, let's go with this. So I am going to put it somewhere here. Then I'm probably going to take a piece of this dictionary page for the top piece. Like this. And what else do I have? I actually think that this has some nice like brown edging, or yeah, it does. I think I am going to go for it and use a piece of this paper here somewhere, so it would look somehow like this. No, not sure about this one. Changing my mind. I am going to go for this white one because we already have some darker colors, and I think I need to lighten this up with this almost white book page. Yes. But I also do not need them to be the same, like the same size. Or how would it look if we just put them both under here? Or maybe this one. Just trying different configuration to see what perhaps looks the most interesting. I actually could have a larger piece of this book page like that, and then maybe a sliver of this over there. Okay, I love this. Alrighty, let's do this. So let's first ink everything. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. I'm drinking this this sweet but very delicious and very refreshing drink, a soft drink. It's non-alcoholic, and it's basically water with some like hop, I think it's called hop, like what's in beer, but it's not beer. It's just water with this ingredient, which gives it this a bit of a bitter taste, which I really enjoy, and it also has some like extracts of pine and spruce and apple and orange juice. So it's a very weird combo, but it's so delicious and very refreshing. So I've been having it a lot. I've been having it a lot to just, you know, to have something cold and refreshing on this warm, really warm days. Okay, so this one goes first, and I don't even know if I needed to ink those edges. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they are going to be visible at all. Maybe here slightly. Then we will go with this one. Okay, I think I have to cover a little bit of the Edith Holden. I just love how this works together. So yeah, sorry. Edith's beautiful script. But I do need to cover it up just a little bit. I love it. Okay, and then this piece on top, and I think it just looks so cute. All of the different book pages. Love it. Let's cut around the edges of the envelope so we can actually see the shape of our envelope. I think I'm going to open it up. It should be a bit easier. Okay, here maybe let's cut out this edge. Oops. Okay, I can barely see. Don't even know which way to turn it so that I don't cut my envelope open all the way, because I don't need that. It would be fixable, of course. We could just glue it down or stitch it, which I'm intending to do anyway, but it would make it more difficult to work with. Okay. Very nice, I think. I do really like it. So what I think I'm going to do now is I did round the corners here, and I think, oh yes, and these inside, not sure if this is visible, but these are rounded as well. So I'm going to do it now before I didn't trim this side. A little bit here to even this out. Let's round the corners. So I'm going to round the corners on the flap and on this inside part of the pocket. And now I will ink around everything with Vintage Photo to just see what we are working with, if I want to add anything to the flap. And I really like the fact that to the flap I added a book page which is like thicker than your normal flimsy vintage book page, because not only this ridge is safer, which I'm actually going to go over with my ink like that, but also it just reinforces the whole flap. And so when you open and close it again and again, it should be just fine. Now, if your punch will manage, or you could do it by hand also, I think those like bottom corners would also look really nice rounded. But I'm not going to do that for this project. And then the inside here, and the front. The glue is still drying, so it's like I can still feel that it's a bit wet from the glue, but that's fine. Okay. Now I could add this. I think this would look lovely, so I'm just going to tear it, ink around it. So this way it's not going over the crease, and I don't have to worry about it tearing, but it also adds some interest to the flap of the pocket. Like that. So now I think before we proceed, I think it would be good to actually make the circles now, because then we will know where they go, and I will know where I can decorate and put some flowers, and also of course we will be able to cover the brads, which is what I'm going to be using. So let me see if I have my circle punch. Yeah, here it is. And so maybe instead of the Edith Holden, I'm actually going to use this book page. It's very thick. It's really nice. So this should be really good for this project. So let's ink around those. And I would like to pair them with some maybe scrapbooking cardstock, something more heavy duty, or just regular cardstock if you have it on hand. But I'm just going to go to my humongous overflowing scraps box, which does need dealing with. And I'm going to look for a piece of cardstock that is not very flimsy, and that I could use to make those circles stronger. Oh, this is some Tim Holtz card. So let's use this. Let's put those two together. And I'm not inking the other paper, the Tim Holtz paper that I just punched out, because it's not going to be really visible. I want the book page to be visible when it comes to this closure. So I'm going to glue one book page circle on top of one of those cardstock circles, and do the same with the other one. Now while this is drying, I am going to figure out my positioning. Okay, let's give it a minute or so, maybe just a little bit of ink. I would want them to stand out. I actually used some different ink here. I think I used some ground espresso, ground espresso. So let me just add a tiny bit of ground espresso, and I'm not even just taking my sponge off the bottom here, because I want it to stand out, because it's all book page, of course, but with inking can definitely pop. Yes, I think this worked really well. So where would I want them? Now, here's the thing, right? So I have the window on the other side, and with my other pocket, because the window, I believe, was kind of like higher, like you can see, my window ended here. I could not avoid having my brad, my metal brad, where the window is, but I think I actually can avoid it here. So I am going to try to do that. So this would probably have to go somewhere here, because when I hold it, I think my brad is going to end up somewhere here. So just, you know, just far away enough from the window. And okay, let me think about the order here, because what I also have is some lace and some of my favorite gold leaf trim here, but this is stitched, and then I put the brad, the top one. So I think I am only going to put the bottom one first. So do we have it kind of in the middle? Definitely just eyeballing it. So I'm going to take my pokey book and poke a hole kind of in the middle here with my awl. And now I could take my metal brad and go through here and open it with my awl or with just a pen on the other side. And now let's see. Yep, it's not visible in the window. I can feel it just somewhere here. So it all depends on the envelope, where the window is of your envelope, where you put the circle. But like you can see here, I did cover it up, so it's all good. Alrighty, okay, I'm going to take out one brad for later. And I think we can now get to decorating. So we will deal with this later. No, I don't want to lose my other circle, which is here. Okay, I'm going to put it up there. So what I did here is I used some vintage tickets. I used some Tracy. Oh, it's a nice pointer. I used some Tracy Fox labels, some fussy cut images. I love this flower so much, and also some just little sprinkly gold bits. And I think I'm just going to keep to the same formula. Let me move these tags somewhere else, and I have here my box of vintage tickets, which were so very kindly gifted to me by dear Sophia, and like I am amazed. I love them so much, so many different colors, love them. But first, maybe let's pick an image that we would like to use for the front. Oh, this is nice. Maybe it doesn't really go. I could use another rose. No, this is too small. I think I need to organize, well, I definitely need to organize my fussy cut images better. But I think I would like to organize them not by color, but by size. So I can just reach for different sized flowers for different projects. How about this one? This is pretty, but I feel like it just gets maybe a little bit lost in all of the book pages. So let's keep looking. So I realize this is not the best storage option for the flowers. Okay, so I had this gorgeous one the last time. Oh, here they are. So here are some of the flowers that I picked for the project that we did last time. And like this stands out much more than this because of the color of the flowers. How about this? I love this flower, but then again, I don't think it really goes with what we have here, and I also don't really know where I want it. Well, I think I'm going to go with this and maybe have it somewhat like lower so that the flap doesn't cover it up. And then we could use some of those vintage tickets to create interest, like to create interest in the background, like I have here. So I probably would like to have a little bit of like a cluster here, and then maybe something behind the flower itself. So I just need to look for some colors that are going to work with this. Oh, I have some pretty postage stamps here. So these definitely should not be here. I have a separate container for postage stamps, but you know how it is. They probably were left over from some other project, and I just didn't feel like, oh, I think I love this. This kind of is a very similar color, I feel like. Now, do I want to have the third one on the flap here? This is going to be covered up a little bit, just because I do want to add some lace. So I don't, but I think I actually do really like it, and maybe I could move this one here and have my cluster like that. How about that? Let's just, did I ink around those? I think so. So let's just add those. So Derek is actually out with his cousin roller skating, and I am like, I really would like to go, but I had really bad allergies this year, and so I've had an appointment with a doctor. Like, what is an allergy doctor called? Allergologist, is it? Like, it's that in Polish, so I'm not sure in English. Oh, I didn't link this one up, but that's okay. So I had an appointment. They adjusted my my allergy meds, and the doctor said that I should give it at least a week for the medicine to like kick off and to start working properly, and it hasn't been a week, so I am kind of avoiding the outside now. I don't have a lot of maybe more like this. I don't have a lot of symptoms today because it's a cooler day, and it's rainy actually. It's not raining, but it's cloudy, and it looks like it would like to rain. Which would be fine by me, to be honest. But in general, yeah, I do have a lot of symptoms this year. Okay, I think I would like to cover up some of this ticket because while I love it, maybe how about this one here? Because while I do love it, I think it's very bright. It's a very bright color. So let me look for maybe just something to tone it down just a little bit. So these labels are from Tracy Fox from her shop Love Junk Journals on Etsy. Okay, I think I do like how it looks, and we have 3 labels all together, and this one, because it's so light in color, I will ink around it. Okay, well, let's glue them down. think I'm filming for almost an hour, so I would perhaps like to wrap this up. This did take me a little longer than anticipated. I think I spent a lot of time just picking those book pages, but that's okay. It's all about enjoying the process, and I love what we are having here. Okay, but on this one I also have a piece of lace, and this is actually the same lace that I have on this on the flap. So let's see if we can find some lace. Then all of my boxes are overflowing. Probably would need to organize them better. Ooh, how about that? How about it just covering a part of the flap? I think so. I also had one. I saw it. Oh, here it is. This one with a bit of like a pink tint, and I like it because it does not cover up a lot of the decorations that I have here. So maybe I will actually go for this one. So let's cut it roughly to size, and then let me take just a little piece of this. And let's see if I could put it here. Yep. I really love how it looks. Let's do it. So I am going to first glue this down with just a tiny bit of glue, because I do want to stitch it on this flap. So there's that, and here. So again, this will be stitched. This will be stitched with my sewing machine. And we can also add the flower. Somewhere here, I think. So we will cut off just a little bit of it. Okay, I'm sorry you guys if I'm off camera to the side somewhere. I am still kind of getting adjusted to this new setup that I have here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, because it's going for so long, and the longer the video, the harder it is to upload to YouTube. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece of this printable ledger, and I am going to glue it here, probably somewhere to here, so it just covers enough of the back here. And then for this, I'm going to use, I'm thinking maybe I could use the same paper that I had on the front. So let's see how this would look like. Maybe we could have a piece like that with the flower. Yeah, and with a little bit of the script. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's really pretty. So I'm going to glue this down, and perhaps just choose a flower for here. Add some of my trusty gold leaf trim here, and yeah, and I will be back so that we can finish this closure, and the project should be done. Okay, I'm back. So what I did is I decorated the back of the envelope. So here is the front, right? I did stitch some of this gold leaf trim. I added some gold stars and hearts and some gold splatters, but they are quite faint, so I'm not sure if they are visible on camera. And then I did decorate this off camera because it just was getting so long, this video. So so here is what it looks like. And I added a little ticket actually inside. I really like how this looks. And so, oops, sorry, that's my computer. I will turn the sounds off. Okay, so what I want us to do now, oh, and I did line the inside with, maybe I will actually ink this crease too. But yes, like I said, I did line it with some of this printable, and this is still not closed. I just stitched all around this open envelope. So now we're going to finish this closure. So first let me line up my two circles. I think I want this one here. So with my awl I'm going to make a hole in the middle-ish, and then I think I had my brad, yes, here it is. Let's go through there. And I will actually try to, oops, I'm sorry for the loud sound. I'm going to try to open it, yeah, to the side, so it kind of lines up with the stitching here. And here we have it. Okay, now I can see, like, it's not lined up. I feel like this is more to the right, this one is more to the left, but it doesn't really matter. So for the closure, like with this one, I'm going to use some jute twine because I like how, I don't know, how rustic it is. So how, like this one, I actually made a knot. So I used this, put it under here and made a knot, but I don't really like it because I'm not sure if you can see, but it's definitely visible kind of to me right now that the knot is bulky and it just makes this one side be higher. I don't really like it, so I'm going to try to do it like I usually do it. So I am starting with just a little bit of the twine like this, and I am going to not like to go up with just the others. I think I want the other, I want it to go to the other side, so kind of clockwise in my case, just a few times around. And then I'm going to take some glue and my awl and attempt to put some glue there. Underneath, and then push this loose bit there. Okay, I already see I'm going to need a little bit more glue here, but yeah, this way I am not creating a knot and I am not adding bulk on just one side of the circle, which is good. Which is just good. Okay, so this will dry and it should stick there, no problem. Okay, I'm just going to clean my awl from the glue, and now I'm going to roughly measure how much thread I need. I don't want to put it there yet. I want I want the glue to have the opportunity to dry, but I'm just going to roughly measure. I think I want to go around them 3 times, and so let's cut it here. And what I did on the other one, and we can do it while this glue dries. Also, while this is drying, I will actually also glue my envelope shut, so this also can have a little bit of time to dry. So I am using my, well, I used to call it a wet glue, but is it wet? Like, I mean, it's not liquid, and I'm not sure if it's water-based. I don't think so. But I'm using this type of glue, as you can see, to just go around the edges and the machine stitching that I have here. And now I can close this, kind of make sure it lines up. Hold it for just a few moments till it grips on its own, and then I will just give it a few moments to dry while we find some beads for the end of of this string, like I have on the other one. I think this should be fine. So let me grab my box with beads and let's see what we can add here. Okay, so on the other one, and I really like it, I have one bigger kind of colorful bead, and then those two which are smaller and more neutral. So with the bigger one, I think I'm going to choose maybe this one. This I don't think is going to work. Need to cut this thread and move it closer to my face as always with this precise work. I think I might have used a different thread. Sorry, I have a bead in my mouth, sorry. But yes, I think I may have used a different jute thread on the other one, a little less stringy. Okay, I think I need to cut it again because those small beads are not going to go through here. And then I can have maybe this yellow one. Will this work? I'm not sure. Oh, okay, it did work. So if I can't add another one, then I think I will just be okay with having two. Now sometimes those beads need a little bit of help with the hole. Okay, going to trim it. So this might be slightly too short for oops. This does not want to go through. Maybe. Okay, I think we've got it. And I just will make a knot here at the very end, as close to the end as I can, so that I don't have to trim it even more. Okay, let's make a double knot just to make sure that no beads will come through. Cut away this. Excuse me, my voice is really scratchy right now. I think I will take a sip. So this can this can go back. Okay, so let me try to close it and see. Oh no, I think it should be fine. Oh, it's actually perfect. Okay, now something. Okay, I wanted a bit more taut, this string. Okay, kind of like this. Okay, you guys, so I think this project is finished. I really love it. I think it's so cute. So let me show you up close what it looks like. I've also seen people use eyelets instead of brad, and I really like the look. I need to try it for my next project. So here is the front, here is the back, some little collaged bits, and then when we open this up, we have our pocket here. It should be all glued by now. Okay, so a long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you. If you are still here, thank you so much for being with me today, for crafting with me. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for the kindest comments under my previous video. In my break, because I did take a break before like finishing this envelope, I read some more of your comments, and they just made me cry, like very happy, moved tears. So thank you so much. You guys are incredible, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye.